What's up, everybody? It's your boy Joe Bob1232 here with another deck profile of my friend Rampages Constellar deck. So let's start this out with
Triple KS. It's the main card of the deck. Almost like a boss monster. Almost. Its effects is that twice per turn you can increase or decrease the level of a monster. So it's so good in this deck. You can do so much with it. Along with this guy. Triple Constellar Pollux.
down a bit.
When he's normal summoned, you can normal summon another Constellar monster. So, your play will be, normal summon the Pollux, effect of the Pollux, normal summon a Chaos, turn them both into 5s, overlay for Constellar Pallades. Next, double Constellar Sombre. I used to run 3, and for that tournament, I realized somehow I ended up dead drawing into the Sombre. It was really weird and really situational, but I did it a lot. I talked to some people, and they suggested I run 2 Constellar Sombre. I tried that, and suddenly that problem was gone. So 2 Constellar Sombre, 1 Algieri. I took him out. I took out the other one and a couple other cards for the Sombres. But when it's normal summon, you can special summon another Constellar. It's just nice. Sometimes you can use Sombre's effect because it's like a Kirkion. You banish a Constellar, add a Constellar hand. Normal the Pollux, effect normal the Algeti, effect of Algeti, special the Chaos, go into Omega and Pallades, and you're basically set. Your opponent really can't do much to you at that point. Double Sheraton, they're your searchers. Sometimes people run 3. I run 2 because I won't have to dead draw them because their attack is 700. Their effect is that you can add any Constellar monster you want to hand, which is really nice, and its defense is also 19, but its attack is 700. It gets plowed over by everything. And then last year, double Constellar Sate. Another card you don't want to dead draw, which is why I only run 2. But it can copy any other Constellar on the field or in grave, the level of it. So, it makes these things active. You can turn these things into 3s and overlay for 3s. You can make it another 5 or a 6. It's a pretty nice card. That's it for the Constellar monsters in the deck. Next, Bear and Gorilla. I know Gorilla is really bad, but it's just because I haven't gotten a hold of another Bear yet. This deck is really close to completion, but Bear's effect says that when it inflicts damage to your opponent, you can add a 5 formation card, which you run sad, but still, which you run triple Tenki and Tensu in this deck. And then Gorilla says pop a back row, and while Bear says pop a monster. I guess maybe I might actually keep the 2 just in case there are those situations where you'd rather pop back row than monsters. But for the most part, I'm probably going to take it out for another Bear when I get it at 1. Cyber Dragon, because it's so light, and it's nice for you to be able to drop that Cyber Dragon right there. You can special Cyber Dragon and then normal the Chaos, turn the Chaos into 5 and overlay for Pallades. Your entire main deck is light, so that's why the Honest are there. Next, Karkardi. I took these out for Constellar Star Chart, which is Constellar Star Chart is a continuous spell that says when you normal summon, when you special summon, and once per turn when you special summon a Constellar Exe, you can draw again. These just added better consistency to my deck. It helped out so much, and with them being reprinted next week, I'll probably run 2. The other one I ran was Maxi. Maxi, because everything is all about swarming the field and special summon like crazy this format. So Maxi really helps, and it can if your opponent's like a special, if your opponent's like trying to go for an OTK and they really don't want you plussing, Maxi will stop them from going on further. I might end up taking out a card for another Maxi. Take out another card for another Maxi, or a Maxi for another card, depending on whichever I get first. And that's it for the monster lineup. Next we have spells. Tensu, and double Tenki, triple Tenki. Tenki's because you have 4 search targets for Tenki. You have your triple Caius, which is a Beast Warrior, and then you have your Bears and your Gorilla. So it's 5. Tensu is, so let's say you play Tenki, and you search for something. The main thing is that, if you decide to search for bear or something, or if you have a bear in hand, you can play your bear, and then you can play your bear, you can go through your plays, you can do battle damage, you set the Tensu, and then you can just normal summon another Chaos by setting the Tensu face down. It's an okay card. And then to finish up our last searchers, we got Reinforce with the Army to search out your Pollux, because your Pollux plays are really important, especially if you don't have Sunbrace. Pot of Avarice. You draw this card early game, and it's really hard to lose, because you keep on using your Exy materials to Exy summon, and then with them engraved, you just Pot of Avarice them back into deck. This entire deck recycles really well, and that card is just like the best of the recycling cards in the deck. Lance and Dress. I really shouldn't be showing this deck unless it's 100% complete. I would run double Forbidden Dress. Just because Constellar Mega, which is a card that you can get really easily, will protect you from spells and traps, taking off one of the great advantages of Forbidden Lance. I'm more afraid of monster effects, so I'd rather have Forbidden Dress to stop my opponent from dropping monster effects on me. Book of Moon and double MST, because Book of Moon is really good in this format. It'll stop your opponents from Exying or Synchro Summoning or whatever, along with their Ophion. You can get around their Ophion now. Not that it really matters with this deck. Your only thing they stop in that Ophion will stop in this deck is your Cyber Dragon. Other than that, you're good. And then the double MST, because it's MSTs. I might actually take out one MST because they're less back row this format, so I'm not as afraid. But I keep on hearing about this chain beatdown with this with Thunderbirds and stuff like that. So I might end up keeping them in. We'll see. And the last of the spells are the Holy Trinity: Dark Hole, MST, Heavy Storm. Traps. You don't run too many. Double Mirror Force. Double Bottomless. Solemn Judgment, Starlight Road, and Exy Reborn. I actually want to take out a Starlight Road for another Exy Reborn. I just think Exy Reborn's a really good card. You'll keep on dropping your Exy monsters to grave with Panomaly M7, and it's just so nice. Your opponent's not expecting it. Out of nowhere, Exy Reborn your Pallades to bounce their card. It's not something they'll be planning on, and it's just like, boom. Or Reborn your Pallades, and, just it. Extra deck time. Double Constellar, Panomaly, M7. I would actually run 3, maybe. I go into so many Constellars to duel. It's a really nice card to have in the deck. It can overlay onto any Constellar monster. It can't use its effect the turn that it's summoned, but other than that, after that turn, you can, its effect says that you can bounce a card in the field, or you can bounce a monster from grave to your hand. So it's another way to start recycling your Sombrays and stuff. Double Constellar Pallades. It's a compulse during any player's turn, which makes it so good. It's once per turn, bounce a card on the other side of the field. It just gets around things that can't be destroyed by card effects or monster effects. This is bouncing. There's Stardust, stuff like that. It's nice. This is kind of a controller deck. Double Constellar Omega. This card will make all Constellars immune to spells and traps, which is really nice this format. I think it might have been nice if there was one that said monster effects as well, so you could be immune to practically everything, but they didn't do that. One Constellar Parshep. Its effect becomes kind of like a Kalut. During the damage step, you get rid of an Exy material on a Constellar, gains 1,000. So it just gets around all those weird pesky cards. And then one Constellar Hades. I'm probably now going to take this out, because the only reason I had it in there is so I could 3 into, I could 3 into it and then get my plus of Constellar Star Trek, but now that I don't have it, Hades, loses its helpfulness. It's still got a pretty nice effect. It's 1900 attack. Its effect will turn all monsters your opponent controls into defense position. So it's just nice. They got a whole bunch of really big monsters. If you do that, you'll turn them into defense and you can just run over basically anything with them. Guy Knight. I might actually run 2 now, but Guy Knight, you can overlay onto your Pallades if your M7 is dead, or you can overlay onto your Pyrrhus. Gemnet Pearl and Utopia, because they're nice. And then one Stardust Dragon. I was stupid and didn't take them out, but I would probably also run Leviaire, because you can bring back all those cards that you just banished using Sombre, as well as, Leviathan or Zen Mains or something for your defense. You really only go into them for defense, into your 3s for defense, so it'd probably be one of Zen Mains. Moving on to the extra deck. Side, sorry. One of these guys to stop your opponent's monsters. Also for mirror matches, you can special summon your Cyber Dragon and then fuse into it with your opponent's Panomalies, M7s. One Thunder King. It kind of hurts your deck. I might run two. I'd probably just stay with one because I don't want to draw them and then end up hurting my deck. More than once, the last tournament I went to, I accidentally activated Rhoda while that thing was on the field. It was pretty stupid and embarrassing. Double Duty Crow stops a whole bunch of decks right now. Electrovirus also stops a buttload of decks right now. Uvagishki, Reptilian Uvagishki. You tribute your opponents to Dracosack tokens to special it and then pop the Dracosack. So it's a funny card to play. And I don't like E-Dragons very much. This deck doesn't have too much problems with them, but it's still an annoying deck. Change its appearance. Mostly against Evil Swarms. You flip this and then banish all the rabbits so they can't go into First Turn Ophion. If they use it with the rabbits. More anti... Actually, a lot of decks. You can stop their Trags, their Gores, their Sharks, one-up Sharks. And completely destroy E-Dragons. The last cards I have, 2 Divine Wrath, because I don't like monster effects. And I'm running these instead of Veilers, because Divine Wrath will kill my opponent's monster, rather than just negate. You know, sometimes they got really big cards, like Dracosack, and, you know, they're trying to bring out the tokens. I flipped out Divine Wrath against it and killed the Dracosack. So, it was nice. System down for anti-machines. Machines aren't getting run very much anymore, so I might end up dropping a lot of these anti-machine cards. And then, one Soul Release. Banished 5 from either player's graveyard. Yeah, that's the deck.
What's your YouTube page for, if anybody wants to go there?
Arlost Rampage.
I'll have that in the description below. So do you have any tips for, upcoming constellar players?
You can run the deck without Sombres, but it's not as consistent. It's really important to get those Sombres in the deck, as I realize now. But you can run it. This is kind of a budget deck, and it's really, really, really freaking good against Evil Swarms. It shits on Evil... it does lots and lots and lots of stuff to Evil Swarms. The deck just can't really come back from stopping them. Their back row would stop you, but then you've got Omega. Their Bahamut is annoying, but other than their Bahamut, there's not much that your opponent can do. You can run over their Thanatos. You can Electrovirus their Ophion. You can bounce their Ophion, unless they dress. And then you can just run over the Ophion if they dress it. But, yeah.
So is that it?
Basically.
So thanks for watching my video, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit me up on Facebook. I will try to do another deck profile this weekend, so see ya.